he can tell by their scent. And oh my, the girl is going to be a striking calico. He can already see the faint patterns on her tender skin. Dulcie has cleaned them up. She lies resting. The tiny ones squirm close to her, pressing at her, nursing hungrily against her striped belly. Dr. John Ferretti, kneeling over the box, looks up and nods. "Come, Joe. Come down and see your babies." Joe Gray eases off the bed, approaching warily. He crouches very still, looking into the birthing box at his new family, breathing in their intriguing kitten scent. But he is fearful. Even now he is afraid of how he might respond. He is too aware of the ancient instinct of some tomcats to ravage their own young. Would this age-old urge surface in him? Shivering, he is ready to turn and run before he hurts his helpless kittens, and when Dulcie lifts her eyes to him, he sees for an instant the female's equally primitive response, the inborn ferocity of a mother cat to protect her babies. But then her look softens. Her green-eyed gaze is content, loving their kittens, loving him. Joe Gray purrs extravagantly for her. Watching Dulcie and their 3 beautiful newborns, he knows only wonder. He knows they have made a fine family. 3 infants so tiny and perfect that Joe can't resist reaching his nose in, breathing deeper of their sweet kitten aroma. "Courtney," Dulcie says, licking the calico and looking up at Joe. "You can hardly see her markings, but she will grow into them." She licks the boys. "What kind of lives will these 3 make? Our 3 tiny mites." Powerfully the moment holds them, holds the little family in the hands of gentle grace. 1. Those first weeks were idyllic. Dulcie caring for the kittens, washing and nursing them. Joe Gray with them more often than not, galloping over the rooftops between his house and Dulcie's. If he swung by Molena Point PD for a moment to read police reports as he lay casually on the chief's desk, if he worried about the car theft ring that was working closer and closer down the coast toward Molena Point, already the cops had readied extra forces, if Joe knew in his wily cat soul that it wouldn't be long before the thieves hit their village, he kept his concerns to himself. Dulcie didn't need to fret over a possible new crime wave. All she and the kittens needed was their cozy, safe home, quiet and secure. Wilma kept the TV and radio off, and the newspaper out of sight. Nothing of the outer world intruded to disturb the little family's tranquility. Only soft music on the CD player, or a little easy jazz, or Wilma would read to Dulcie, something bright and happy. 2 weeks after the kittens were born, their eyes were open and their tiny ears unfurled. Another week, and they could see and hear very well, and were toddling about their pen. Courtney's colors were clear now, the bright orange and black markings along her back, her white sides and belly, her little white face with orange ears and a circle of pale orange and darker freckles around her muzzle. The 3 perfect black bracelets circling her right front leg. Now, when the kittens heard Joe Gray come in through the cat door, they squealed with delight. When Joe jumped into the cat pen that Wilma had set up in the kitchen, the babies climbed all over him, pummeling and mauling him, rolling under the tomcat's gentle paws. The biggest question in both parents' minds, the same question that nudged those few humans who knew that Joe Gray and Dulcie could speak, was when would the kittens say their first words? Would they speak? Would they be speaking cats like their parents and like Tortoiseshell Kit and Red Tabby Pan? Or would Joe and Dulcie's babies grow up without knowing the human language, without the human-like talents of their parents? Everyone was filled with anxious hope, with nervous waiting. Wilma's niece, Charlie, came often to visit, the kittens climbing from her lap to her shoulder to tangle wildly in her long red hair and to pat with curiosity at the celestial scattering of freckles that spilled across her cheeks, making her laugh. Charlie, as Police Chief Max Harper's wife, knew all the details of the coastal auto thefts.